There are moments in this hobby where something changes and almost nobody notices, until one day you look back and realize something unique is gone. For decades, Sailor did something almost no one else did. Not 14 carat, not 18 carat, 21 carat gold. It wasn't just a specification, it became part of the identity of the brand. But now, we're being told that rising gold prices mean 18 carat is the sensible choice. And maybe that's true. But then I started asking a very simple question. A question that completely changed how I look at luxury fountain pens. What if the difference between the 18 carat nib and 21 carat nib costs around $10? If that's true, why are we losing something that made Sailor unique? The company was founded in 1911 in Hiroshima by Sakata. According to company history, Sakata was a sailor who encountered a fountain pen brought from the United Kingdom by a friend. Impressed by the instrument, he decided Japan should produce fountain pens of similar quality, leading to the creation of Sailor. The name Sailor was chosen because of Sakata's maritime background. Throughout the 20th century, Sailor became known for exceptional gold nibs, precise manufacturing, unique nib grinds, and traditional Japanese craftsmanship. Unlike many Western manufacturers that focused heavily on branding and luxury, Sailor developed a reputation among enthusiasts for writing experience itself. Most of us hear the same explanation. Gold is expensive, therefore nibs must contain less gold. Makes sense, except have you ever actually looked at how much a fountain pen nib weighs? It isn't a gold bar, it's a tiny piece of metal. Most nibs weigh less than a gram. The difference between 18 carats and 21 carats is only 12.5% of that tiny weight. Depending on the size of the nib and the current gold price, the extra gold inside a 21 carat nib might only be worth somewhere between $10 and $20. Not hundreds, not thousands, 10. And that creates a very uncomfortable question. Imagine you're the CEO of Sailor. You have two choices. Option one, keep the 21 carat nib, increase the retail price by $20. Option two, reduce the nib to 18 carats, keep the same price. Now, here's my question. If you walked into a pen shop and saw two pens sitting next to each other, both exactly the same price, but one proudly says 21 carat gold nib, the other says 18 carat gold nib, which one would you choose? I think I already know my answer, and I suspect I know yours too. But maybe. We are asking the wrong question because luxury companies don't sell materials, they sell stories. Nobody buys a Mont Blanc because they've calculated the cost of the resin. Nobody buys a Pelican because of the weight of the brass piston. And nobody buys a luxury watch because it contains more steel than another watch. They buy heritage, craftsmanship, emotion, and maybe Sailor believes 95% of customers will never notice. And maybe they are right. But here's where I think they are making a mistake. Every great brand has something that becomes part of its mythology. Old Tomo River paper, celluloid, ebonite feeds, and hand ground nibs. Things that don't necessarily make the experience dramatically better, but make the product feel special. Sailor's 21 carat nib was one of those things. It was different. It was uniquely Sailor. Imagine if instead of reducing the specification, they embraced it. Imagine the advertisement. While everyone else reduced the gold, we didn't. Still made in Hiroshima. Still 21 carat. And here's the strange part. I don't actually think a 21 carat nib writes better. If I closed my eyes and someone handed me a perfectly tuned 18 carat sailor and a perfectly tuned 21 carat sailor, I'm not convinced I could tell the difference. This isn't about performance. It's about identity. Luxury is full of things that don't make logical sense. Mechanical watches, handmade leather, urushi lacquer, celluloid. None of them exist because they're the cheapest or the most efficient option. They exist because they make us feel something. So maybe the real question isn't whether 18 carats is good enough. Maybe the question is, when luxury brands stop preserving the things that make them unique, what exactly are we paying luxury prices for? I'm genuinely curious where you stand on this. If Sailor announced tomorrow that every pen would remain 21 carat, but the price increased by $20, would you buy it? Or would you rather keep the price the same and accept the 18 carat nib? I have a feeling the comments on this one are going to be very interesting.